Today we're here with Morgan Allen from GLO Inner Wellness. Morgan actually just flew in on the red eye to come in from San Diego to be on the show. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, of
Love
course.
that.
So happy to be here, Steve. Thank you for having me.
Before we get into it, what's the thing you're most excited about from being back in New York?
Oh my gosh, so many things. I miss New York a lot, I feel like. But a big thing would be the food here. I definitely need to get like my foodie fix before I leave. So want to hit my favorite restaurants, a couple bars. And yeah, just nothing like it.
I love that, and that actually segues into exactly what you do. Morgan is the creator of GLO Inner Wellness, and GLO Inner Wellness is not just a pill; it's a magic pill, right? It's kind of a magic
Yeah.
pill. It has 7 different ingredients. It's the magic number 7?
4.
4. I like 7. 4. It has
We
4
can
magic
workshop it.
ingredients that increase gut health, decrease bloating, and make you an overall healthier person. I myself am a user of GLO. I only take 2 supplements every day. Every morning I take 2 pills of GLO and 1 fish oil. So I'll swear by fish oil and I'll swear by GLO. And here we have Morgan here. Tell me, what are you doing now? Like, what does life running GLO look like on a daily basis?
It is different every single day, but it's something that I love about running my own company. It's very much based on what we're working towards each single day, but there's always emails in the mix. There's always connecting with our audience, with our customers, a lot of social media work, a lot of filming, creating content, and then a lot of like the back end stuff of the brand. So I also have a big part in the website and working with customer service and making sure orders are going out on time and that shipping is efficient, and then our manufacturer is giving us product in a quick manner. So all that back end stuff I'm also in charge of.
Right. Being the founder, you wear not just 1 or 2 hats. You probably wear like
A million.
You wear all the hats. You wear 18 hats.
Yes, all the time.
And let's talk, because you mentioned content. What part of the content do you think you've seen the best ROI on?
I feel like for content, people love to hear testimonial and truly like how the product works or how it's changed people's lives. And I feel like for me personally, when I see that about a product, I'm also intrigued the most. Just because, you see something and you're like, oh, okay, cool. But it's like when it actually hits a nerve or something that you can connect to, that you're actually hooked. And then you want more and you want to figure out what it is.
What was the testimonial that has gotten you, and let me rephrase the question. Which testimonial that you've received has made you feel the most emotional?
Oh, I mean, every time I get a testimonial from someone who has tried GLO, it like makes my heart so happy. Just seeing how it affects people's lives and makes a difference, because that's really all I wanted when we created this product, was to make a difference and help people transform their health, just like I transform my own. So, I mean, every story is so unique. I don't think there's one that's like better than the other, because they all have like their special to them,
I love it. Now let's rewind. Let's talk about your story.
Yes.
Where did it all begin? Like, when did you, I know the product didn't just come out of thin air, and from conversations that we've had many a times, I know the story, and I know that you, before creating the product, you had gut issues yourself. When did those begin?
Yeah, so to tell this story properly, I feel like I need to go back a little bit into my childhood, just because I feel like that is such a big foundation of who I am. So my parents are both renowned health practitioners, and so I grew up in a very health conscious household. So I was eating organic foods. My mom taught me how to read labels and look for artificial ingredients and color adderants and things that were not good for your body. We use like cleaning products, and I learned from a young age to move my body, to meditate, to get in touch with my spiritual side. So I really had like a holistic view on health, and I carried that with me. I mean, I still carry it now. It's a huge part of who I am. So I kind of prided myself in feeling like I could take care of myself.
You were eating holistic and reading labels before it was popular.
Yeah. I was like that 8-year-old that would be at a party and they would offer me Cheetos and I'd be like, oh, well, those aren't good for you.
What do you mean that 8-year-old? That's not that 8-year-old. You were the 8-year-old. That was the only 8-year-old who was doing that.
Yeah.
There's no other 8-year-old. The way you said that was as if like, in every school or in every community there's like those 8-year-olds or those kids who are reading labels. No, that was like you were like the one.
Just me, yeah. So I kind of already knew that I was different in that sense and that health was super, super important to me. And like I said, I always was like, I can take care of myself. Like if I ever was sick or injured, I kind of knew how to go about it and how to heal myself until I was in college, because that's when I started experiencing gut issues. And at the time, I didn't really know that they were connected to my gut, but I started experiencing really terrible chronic bloating to a point where like I couldn't even eat a single piece of food without my stomach ballooning out, and I was so uncomfortable all the time, like just in pain. My stomach hurt to touch, and it kind of started affecting like my social life because I didn't want to go out, I didn't want to do anything, I just wanted to lie in bed. And coming from being super healthy and vibrant and energized to that was like such an extreme for me. And I started experiencing like brain fog, low energy levels, my skin started breaking out.
What was the cause of all this?
So at the time, I wasn't really sure. I was just, why is all this happening to me? And I was still doing everything that I'd been doing my whole life. I was still eating healthy. I was still moving my body. I was still drinking tons of water. So I was trying to figure out what was going on. And I feel like I just kept getting lower and lower, like to my lowest point. And that was when COVID hit, which I feel like was almost like a blessing in disguise for me. Like the universe works in really weird ways. But when COVID hit, I had to leave college and go back home and live with my parents again. And that is when I found out that all my issues I was having were connected to my gut. Because my dad, he knew right away.
Wait, so what was the conversation with your parents while you're going through this before you went home?
When I was going through it at first, I didn't talk about it.
Huh.
I was a little embarrassed, and I never experienced anything like it, so it was weird. It was new.
Were you in pain, or was it just bloat?
It was just bloat, but like I would my stomach was hard. Like it was hard and it hurt to touch. And it was just like a thing that I was like, maybe I'm just eating weird, or like, I don't know, maybe I'm not drinking enough water. Like I was just trying to figure it out on my own, essentially. And I would like mention it to my parents, like, oh, my stomach hurts, or I feel bloated today. But I don't think they understood like the severity of it until I was home.
Right, because you saying I feel bloated today.
It's like everyone feels bloated.
Right. You're not you're not telling them like, hey, I have a problem. Here's what's been going on for the last X amount of weeks.
Yeah.
That's different than I feel bloated today.
Very different, yeah. So I think me coming home, they realized how bad it was. And my dad knew it was connected to my gut. And so we kind of went on a family journey to figure out how to heal my gut problems. And that was when we started to realize that a lot of the products on the market, they didn't contain all the ingredients that my dad wanted them to contain. A lot of them had fillers, or their capsules weren't pure. And a lot of them were either a quick fix for bloating or a long-term fix for gut health, but none of them combine the two. And so that's kind of how our GLO Inner Wellness idea was formulated from that moment.
Well, from that moment, what did you start doing to make some changes?
So I started taking probiotics. I started taking magnesium. I started taking digestive enzymes. And I was taking lots of different herbal supplements. And it was a very slow process, just trying to take and also find products that we approved of, a really clean probiotic, a really clean digestive enzyme, and also probiotics that were the correct strain. because
Were you guys like traveling to go find these products? Were you looking on the internet?
it was during
How were you
COVID.
sourcing everything?
Yeah, it was during COVID,
Oh.
so we were just internet crazy. When I get onto something, I like become obsessed with it. So I was like in bed at 2 a.m. on my phone, like looking up gut health, like trying to find things. Like I get such in a like research mode, and so my whole family's kind of like that, and we were all just like trying to find the best product. We bought a ton of different ones. We were trying all the different ones, looking at the labels, looking at the ingredients. And the 4 products I was taking, they were working, but we felt there was a way to make them more efficient and effective. And so we were like, what if we took all those 4 products and put them into one singular product? And so we had that idea and started playing around with what if we just created our own supplement.
When you say playing around, like, I don't know what that means. I'm sure 99% of people don't know what that means. What do you mean playing around? Like you were taking the 4 different pills, opening them up, mixing them together, and then putting them back into new capsules?
No, so my dad, we were more just playing around with creating a formula. So looking at dosages of each of the 4 ingredients, and then also looking at each ingredient individually and seeing how we can make it the most effective it could be. So like for the probiotics, my dad wanted to pick out like the best probiotic strains that have been researched and clinically proven to help heal your gut health, reduce bloating, increase energy levels, all the things we're trying to target. And then same for like the herbs. What herbs help soothe the digestive tract? What herbs help with bloating? What herbs help with gas, with pain, with cramps? So we did that with each single product until we had like our golden trifecta. Like we found all the ingredients that we loved. We figured out the dosages and we had like this perfect formula. And then we're like, okay, now what?
How long did it take you to create the perfect formula for GLO?
So the whole process, including like actually manufacturing it and trying different runs, was about 4 years. So this started in 2020 and we didn't launch till 2024.
I love that. And what made you know, like, this is it?
So we had our formula and we went to manufacturing and we got samples back. And we went through about 4 samples. And each time we were like, no, something's off. So we would tweak something. And then we do another sample. And then we get it back and then tweak something else. And it was always like they worked, but we wanted it to be like, bang, like this is amazing. You know, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it the best that we can. And so it was that long process of getting to that formula and not losing hope, not giving up on it. But we did it. We found that formula. When we got it, we all 3 tried it, and we were like, whoa.
What was the key indicator in the final formulation that made you know that this is it?
So for me, I took it at night. I remember this. And I went to bed, and I was like really hoping. I was like, I hope this is it, you know. And I went to bed a little bit bloated. I was still not feeling great. My gut wasn't fully healed. It was still such a process. So I was such a good candidate to be trying the products. So I went to bed bloated. I woke up, and I felt so light. I remember that feeling so clear. I hadn't felt light like that in so long. My stomach felt so just smooth, clean, like I could feel my energy levels a little bit higher, my bloating was gone, and just overnight that happened.
So who would you say is the target market for GLO?
GLO is really for everyone, honestly. It's for anyone who either has experienced gut issues, bloating, low energy levels, they have all these symptoms, and they've been trying different products, and they're looking for like that one product. GLO is for them. It's like this is your holy grail product that you need to be taking every single day for your health. But it's also for those people that maybe don't realize that their gut is so impactful to their health. And maybe they don't even take supplements. Maybe they don't even really know about supplements. But we really want to help educate people on the importance of gut health and how it's truly connected to your whole body. So if you're going to take one supplement, you should take GLO.
I love that. Now, it's a 4-year process.
Yeah.
A lot of people could get very defeated. Was there any point when you were like, all right, let's throw in the towel. I'll just keep taking, 4+ pills a day. We're not going to figure this out. Like, we gave it a go.
Yeah. I think there was lots of moments of that, especially because I went back to college. So me and my parents were working on this remotely. We were like FaceTiming. My dad would send me the samples. Like, it was a lot harder when I was not at home anymore.
So where'd you go to school?
UC Santa Barbara.
Okay, so you weren't that far.
I wasn't that far, but not close enough that I would I wouldn't like drive home every single weekend, But it was great because a lot of the samples that we got, I would like try to be home for it so that we could at least like see it all together and experience it. Like the last sample we got, I was home. So that was pretty cool because I got to be there for that moment with my parents.
I love that.
But yeah, I was at college. I was a full-time student. I was a double major and I had a minor. And I decided to go to nutrition school. I went to the Institute of Integrative Nutrition because I wanted to get certified as a holistic health coach and nutritionist.
All while you were a full-time student?
All as a full-time student. And I was creating the GLO website on the side and still working on the formulation and the label and basically like prepping the product to launch. So there's a lot of moments in that where I was like, am I crazy?
No, you are a fucking self-starter.
I try to be,
You are.
That's what I was holding on to. And I had a thing where like I wouldn't tell any of my friends what I was doing. I wanted to keep it a secret. I was worried it wasn't going to happen.
I like that. And listen, on the show, I have many different types of people. And I appreciate when you have the type of person who kind of moves in silence.
That's me, for sure.
Moves in silence because you don't want to say that you did something or say that you're doing something until you've done it.
Yeah.
Until you have something to show for it. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people, because they want validation, will talk about what they're doing just to get the reassurance that from their peers, oh, that's cool, or oh, that's smart, or oh, that's a great idea. But you're the type that you just want to show them.
Yeah. I was like, I want to have this product in my hand to be like, oh yeah, we created this.
So
it
now
works.
that you've done it, you've built it.
Yeah.
Not built it. Now that you've created it and you're building it, what is the reaction from your friends and family?
Everyone was so surprised when we launched. They were like, when did you make this? Like, when did this even happen? But everyone's been like super supportive, which has been amazing. All my friends when we first launched like bought the product right away, and it's insane. Most of my friends use it every single day and are always texting me like, I'm almost out of it. I'm going to order another bottle. Or I love getting the text like, we'll be out at dinner and then I get a text from a friend and she's like, I just went out all night drinking. I took GLO and like I woke up and I'm not hungover and I feel so good. I'm not bloated. Like I love getting those texts from my friends. It just makes me so happy that like my product is working on them and helping their lives be better. But yeah, everyone's been super great.
That's what's up. So common theme I'm hearing here is community.
Yeah.
What has been the catalyst to growing the GLO community? I mean, we're in 2024. So this has been the year that you've been kind of just setting the base.
Yeah.
It's going to grow a lot exponentially. Like whatever you're doing right now, just know that like this is nothing. This is nothing. It's only going up from here.
Yeah.
And your drive only speaks to the potential of what this company has potential to be. Mm-hmm. And that's awesome.
Thank you.
That's very awesome.
Yeah. It's been such a crazy ride so far, but when we finally got to launch and like get it out there, I feel like that gave me like the fire to like keep going. You know, when we finally got to that point. And now it's like, this is the fun part. Now we just get to like grow it and bring it to the world. Like,
yep, trial and error with marketing.
Yeah.
Seeing what type of in real life social media events.
A lot of trial and error.
A lot of trial and error, but that's how you learn.
Yeah.
And you take what worked, and not only just what worked for you.
Mm-hmm.
You look at other companies. I mean, listen, you're not the only company in the market. So you look at what other companies are doing that are successful.
Exactly.
And you kind of take that and you make that into the same route, but the GLO way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, it's figuring out our own way to do things, but not reinvent the wheel,
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I know. I think I got that from you.
Probably.
You say that all the time.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
Yep.
Just find a dope wheel and recreate it and make it yours.
Yeah, add your own special sauce to it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What does the next 6 months look like for GLO?
So a lot of exciting things coming. We might have some new launches coming out soon. So that's a big step, having some new SKUs coming in, adding them to our little GLO family. And we are starting to expand where you can get GLO, which is super exciting. Because right now we just sell it on our website, direct to consumer. But we are ready for that push to start getting into retailers. Because I think it's such a great thing for people to be able to go into a store and see our product like on the shelves.
What does a process like that look like?
It's a long process. You have to like get connected with the store buyers.
Yep.
There's a lot of negotiation that goes into that, back and forth, and then they essentially place a initial order and you get the product to them, it goes on the shelves, whatever, and you kind of have like a contract, and it might be short term or long term, and maybe it's just starting regionally, or maybe they do it nationally. It just depends. And then they kind of like reassess depending on how well your product does. Does it go off the shelves? Are people buying it?
Is there a certain market that you think it would catch fire in the most?
I think certain stores it would do really well in.
Like?
I think Whole Foods, I think like Target, Sprouts, Erewhon.
Well, why, where's there a correlation between Erewhon, Target, and Whole Foods?
For me, when I think of those places, I know that they carry good products that are clean generally, that have good ingredients, that they're trusted, and a lot of health and wellness like emphasis on products. So like I know that I can go to Target and look at their supplements and usually find a pretty good supplement.
Noted. I didn't know that.
Yeah, same with Sprouts, same with Whole Foods, same with Erewhon. And I think it's that trust. You want your product to be somewhere where people see it and they can automatically trust it because it's in that retailer.
Now, being a company that's really started grassroots in your home, you compete with a lot of companies that are, big corporations. What makes you better than them?
I think it's the connection, the community, and the passion behind it. Having this own experience that I went through where I can truly speak to being in that situation where I was so uncomfortable and like so unhappy, to actually being able to transform my life and see that change. I'm so passionate and driven about that, and I feel like it shows through our product, through everything we do, and also the family element behind us. I think that's something that's really powerful, the fact that I do this with my mom and my dad.
Well, your dad's been a doctor for how many years?
35 years.
35 years. So when looking at the ingredients in GLO, it's only the best. It's literally only the best ingredients. So that's a big reason why I love it, because it's no BS. There's a lot of supplements. There's a lot of supplements out there, and a lot of supplements that they go out there, then they just become a marketing company to sell a pill, and it doesn't really matter what's in the pill because it's just the way that they market it. But GLO, that's not GLO. GLO actually has a perfect formulation. GLO actually has been concocted from a doctor of 30 plus years to heal his daughter, and his daughter has been healed.
Yeah. And like our family, passion of clean ingredients, of eating healthy, that was put into consideration making the product. Like, if you care about what you put in your body, like food wise, and you're checking your food labels, why are people not doing that with their supplements? So when we were creating it, that's another reason why it was such a long process, because making sure that each ingredient was clean, that it was the best of the best, finding those resources was hard, because not everyone does that. It's not, the like easily walked path. It's a little bit harder. But we were so set on that. We're like, we're not going to do it any other way. We want it to be the best.
I love that. Is there any celebrity or athlete that would be your ideal GLO user?
Oh my gosh. I mean, so many people I feel like would absolutely love it, and I really want them to try it. I feel like Hailey Bieber, definitely. That would be amazing. She would be glowing from the inside out for sure. And a lot of, I think, health influencers like Sammy Clark, fitness people, I think there could be a lot of benefit from them taking GLO, and it'd be amazing for them to try it.
Amen. What are you reading right now?
Currently, the last thing I read was The Daily Stoic, because I try to read it every single morning. It's just like one of those little habits. I'm very much a morning routine person. I like to have my set things that I do that kind of set me up for success each single day. And reading one of those passages is like that little thing for me that I feel like just kind of gets my brain working, kind of gets the wheels spinning, and gives me like a new perspective to kind of take on the day with.
Now, do you look at your phone before you do that, or what's the order? Because you're saying morning routine. I'm going to guess you look at your phone before you pick up a book.
So, ideal world, I would love to not touch my phone for like at least an hour.
An hour is long.
It's a long time.
An hour is a long time.
That would be amazing.
Let's be real.
Okay, 30 minutes.
It's 30
Let's say 30 minutes.
Okay, 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
If you wake up earlier, you could go book and then phone.
Yeah.
It depends on what time you wake up, and I can only speak on myself. If I wake up early enough, I can go grab my book, and I'm not worried about looking at my phone at all. First of all, if it's before 8 o'clock, I don't care about looking at my phone.
Yeah, you have to like peace hour.
Yeah, I will eventually before that, but I love to sit down and read and then look at the phone. After I've read it, at least five pages is the minimum, but like I'll try to get from like 30 minutes to an hour. And however many pages that is, awesome. But I'd like to try and read just at least 5 pages. Like you got to have time. When people say I don't have time for fill in the blank, we don't have to talk about reading. Just I don't have time for this. It's all priorities.
Exactly. You can make the time.
You got time to read 5 pages.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I really try to get it in. I also really love journaling in the morning.
Oh.
That's another thing. I started picking that up actually in college when I was having bad gut issues, because I felt like my self-esteem, my connection to myself kind of got lost a little bit just in all the stuff I was going through.
Do you keep your journals?
I do. I have a lot. And usually there's a couple different questions I like write down, and I go through each one and just fill it out every morning, and it's just a thing that like grounds me again, and I found it to be really helpful with like boosting my self-esteem again and like making me feel like myself.
Are you a lefty?
Yes, I am.
So you went, I write down, use your
Yep,
left hand.
I know. I am a lefty. So is my mom.
There we go. Now everything makes sense.
Yep, lefty girl over here.
So, give me one book you would recommend to anybody.
Oh, one book. I think the book The Alchemist. Still one of my top favorite books I've ever read. It's such a good story.
Yeah.
And I feel like it has so much to teach us.
That's great. Literally, it's probably been the recommended book almost a half a dozen times at this point.
Really?
Which means that like The Alchemist probably has to be one of the greatest books of all time.
I seriously think so. Like my mom when I was younger was like, this is a book you have to read. And for a while I kind of like held off. I kept like making excuses and not reading it. I was like, I don't want to read that book. And she was like, just start reading it. Like, if you don't like it, you can like stop. And I read I remember like just a little bit of it, and I was like, okay, I'm hooked. This is really good. And I read it very quickly.
I love that. So one day, so the first time someone recommended it on the show, while we were driving there to go shoot the episode, Rob, I asked him, what are you reading right now?
Yeah.
And he was reading The Alchemist. And
Amazing.
then we, an hour later, get it recommended on the show, so obviously then I had to pick it up. But I did it on Audible. Mm-hmm. And you read it paperback? Mm-hmm. So do you know who narrates the Audible?
No, I don't.
Jafar from Aladdin.
Really?
Really. The dude
Wow.
who played Jafar in Aladdin.
That's interesting.
And it makes the story so dope.
Oh, I bet. Now I might have to listen to the Audible because of that.
It's so good.
Okay.
It's so good.
Noted. Yeah. I need to read it again, honestly. And I think maybe Audible will be a good idea.
Audible's good.
Yeah, you can do it on the run.
I do it when I'm running or just working out. Yeah. Mainly running, working out, and in the car, depending on how in depth I am in the book. I'll throw it on when I'm driving.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's a good idea.
Now, before we let you go,
give
me one word of advice for anyone trying to make it.
I think my one word of advice is know your why and remember it. Because I think a lot of us who have a passion or an idea, you have that why behind you. That's why you're doing it. But when you actually get into the process, I feel like a lot of people, there's so much that you're thinking about. There's like a lot of difficulties and challenges that are going to come your way, and it's easy to get kind of lost in why you're doing it to begin with. So coming back to that when it gets hard and remembering, this is why I'm doing it. This is why I'm passionate about this, and this is why I'm going to keep pushing. And I think that's super important.
Let's go. Morgan Allen, GLO Inner Wellness. And if you're asking yourself yes or no, just go with your gut.
Love it.